So, welcome to the Energy Star Talk, and I'm really happy to welcome Ed Sheeran today.
Hello.
I have to say, I did quite a lot of interviews, but today I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not nervous though.
I don't know.
You shouldn't be nervous.
Okay, so I won't be
It'll be
nervous, but just excited. How does it feel to be back? You've had quite a long break.
It feels good. I feel like I've spent a lot of time in Germany now. I think this is my 4th trip over here for this album, and yeah, I think that's more time than I spent in England.
You get half German now, and
Yeah, I think
have you introduced some German habits for yourself?
Beer,
Being on time, beer.
being on time. Yeah, we were on time today.
They were
weren't we?
actually early, even early.
German.
So German.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, you took kind of a year off. Is it good to be back? New all this interview stuff and new music and.
Do you know what, the interviews are more fun because people actually have different questions. I think when you release your first album, everyone just asks you what's on the sheet of paper in front of them. Second album, they can ask you the sheet of paper and then kind of about the new album and the first album. But now with the third album, there's so much information out there that the interviews are all different and interesting.
Have you ever been asked a question that was with total misinformation, that somebody just made up a story about you and asked you about that?
Yeah, a couple of times.
What was the funniest thing?
I was in Denmark recently, and they were like, "Oh yeah, your song Castle on the Hill, because you say I was 6 years old, I broke my leg. You definitely took influence from the Lucas Graham song 7 Years, didn't you?" And I was like, "Oh, well, actually, no. You know, I wrote that song about a year before that song came out, and it was based on Bruce Springsteen." And he was like, "Okay, but can you just say you did so I can put it in the press?" And I was like, "No," and he was like, "I'm just going to put it in anyway." And I was like, "What? Okay." So yeah, Danish people.
Yeah. Fake news. It's just fake news in Denmark.
No, but he was telling me he was going to do it. He was like, I'm just going to do it anyway. Is that fine?" I was like, "No, that's not fine."
Didn't get the point. But now you're back with a bang. 2 songs released at the same time.
Sorry.
Totally fine. Castle on the Hill and Shape of You. And I heard there's a very special story about Shape of You. Can you tell us about it?
It's been number 1 for 7 weeks now. It's pretty.
Congratulations!
It's pretty special.
You are, by the way, the first artist to be number 1 and 2 in Germany at the same time. Never
Really?
happened before.
Hell yeah, I'm into that. I think. Are we looking at an 8th week this week in Germany? Woof, 8th week. I've never been this big in Germany. Like the last record, it kind of built, and it's like, I don't know. I really like being in Germany.
But you are kind of a drama queen. You know, you take kind of a year off and you just go out of social media, and then you come back with that song.
Yeah,
and it works.
I think a drama queen's the wrong word for it. I think human being. You've definitely taken time off in your life, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah?
I did a round the world trip, but the same way as
exactly.
you did.
Yeah, you drama queen.
We're gonna talk about that later. But is there a special story about Shape of You? Because the song wasn't originally meant to be for you, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about it?
Yeah. Sorry. I originally started writing it for Rihanna.
So
that's but that story's out everywhere. Let's talk about something else that's
all right.
That hasn't been talked about.
Is there kind of a ritual that you have that every record you do has to pass? And when did you know the album was finished?
I never know when an album is finished ever. I usually keep working up until someone sort of stops me and then takes it off me and then releases it. So yeah, I never really sit down and like open a bottle of champagne and go, "We're done." It's usually I was working on Shape of You until about 3 days before it came out. Yeah. So it's usually just someone taking it off me and being like, "Right, we're putting it out now."
You have to make it done. Okay, so then let's talk about you and your around the world trip. Mm-hmm. What was the scariest thing you've done during this year?
I was in New Zealand and they were doing all that bungee jumping off cliffs and stuff like that. And I thought I might try it out. And I still have nightmares about it. It was really dreadful.
But you did it.
I did it. Yeah, I did. Well, I don't know if I did it. I think it did me.
Well said. And did that scar in your face come from? Is it from something on your trip or?
No, I'm just really fucking kinky. Love it. into S&M and stuff.
That's where it came from.
Yeah, I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it.
Okay,
like Rihanna.
Yeah, everybody's darling, but everybody punches. Okay,
yeah.
I see that.
Whips and chains and shit.
And when I Oh, pictures in my head now.
No, I'm not.
It's funny. I can do the same. We could maybe meet up sometime.
Yeah, let's go Bergheim. Just
Yeah.
fucking have it.
That's a good place to do that, basically.
I'll just start saying I got it in Bergheim in the dark room.
Yeah, you should. It would be a cool story. Nobody would care about it. Nobody would be curious and say,
Yeah.
"Okay, what happened?" But the places where you did record your new album, Divide, when I read where it was done, it is L.A., London, your home Suffolk, and the Queen Mary too.
Yeah, a little bit in New York as well. And then also we built a studio on the tour bus. So bits were recorded in like Chicago, Minneapolis or Philadelphia. They were kind of recorded all over.
You can do it just anywhere then, basically.
Yeah, but like recording studios now, it's all you really need is a laptop and a microphone. You don't really need a big studio that you pay lots of money to be in every day. So yeah, it's kind of It's revolutionized the way to make an album, but also it's destroyed the classic studio because now they overcharge because they can't afford their sort of rent, and no one uses them.
It's funny. Ed Sheeran just recorded his record-breaking album in a tour bus. It's amazing. I consider you a very honest person, basically. So I would like to play a game with you called True Confessions.
All right.
It's pretty easy.
'Kay.
Each of us tells the other one a story, and we just have to guess whether it's true or not.
All right.
Do you want to begin?
Yeah, let's try and think of something really unbelievable.
Or then let me begin because I just made up a story because I'm not as creative as you, and I had to think about stories before. And
Okay.
well, basically, yeah, everybody tells two stories to the other one, and we have to guess whether it's true or not. First one, and I've never told this to anybody. During my studies, I earned some extra money by dubbing vintage porn movies. Is it true or is it false?
See, I reckon it's false about you dubbing them, but I reckon you might have been in them.
In vintage porn movies?
Yeah.
Like dressed as an old man?
Yeah, just being like, hey, I hear your plumbing needs some work with my dick. No? Would you ever be in a porno? You've got the tash though.
Yeah,
It's
the mustache.
yeah, that's a proper porno tash.
I've never had one, but I was home on the weekend and a friend told me I should grow one, so I did it.
to
No.
audition for a porno.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
So true or false, did you actually dub?
No, it's false.
All right. Okay.
But I would dub a porn. Maybe I wouldn't play one, but I would dub one
All
because
right.
it's kind of funny, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's have a think of one. All right. I hit a golf ball out of Justin Bieber's mouth and hit him in the jaw by accident.
A golf? What?
A golf ball.
At Justin Bieber's mouth.
Yeah, and hit him in the jaw by accident.
I'm sorry for that. No, that's so absurd. It must be wrong. No,
It's very true.
it's very true.
Very true, yeah.
How did that happen?
We were playing golf and he said, do you want to hit a ball out of my mouth? And I was really drunk and I was like, I'll probably hit you in the jaw. And he was like, that's cool. And then I hit him in the jaw. Yeah. Like Gabby was there, it definitely happened.
That does totally sound like a made-up story.
I know. That's why I used it. That's why I used it. But he was very cool about it.
Yeah. How did he react?
I mean, like, ow.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And he was like, it's cool.
Now he's
And
got a scar on his face too.
No, it wasn't that hard. But it was like
Slap.
maybe a little bit more than that. Yeah. Or like a driving wedge.
Okay. Now many people can tell that about themselves. Okay, another one for you. Once I got arrested between...
Oh, that was my best story.
It's your best
That
story?
was my best story.
No,
Yeah, okay.
I'm sure that wasn't the best story. It was a really good one.
Okay,
where
okay.
You traveled around the world. You must have more stories.
Okay, yeah.
Such a good story topper. Once I got arrested, it was on my around the world trip. I got arrested at the border between Panama and Costa Rica because I lost my passport, and the border officers at Panama.
That's definitely true because I have friends that do that over there. That's definitely true.
It is
That
true.
is true, yeah.
It is true.
I'm winning this
Got
game.
arrested for a fucking day there.
Yeah. Fuck. Let's have a think. I recently bought an all-white LaFerrari F50.
For how much?
250. Okay.
I guess you're really into cars. Yeah, you did this.
No, I didn't do that.
But you
See?
wish you had done it.
No, fucking hell, what? I'm not a wanker. Fucking Ferrari, Jesus Christ.
All right. So thanks for being here, Ed Sheeran.
Cool.